Hey everyone, welcome to our live. It is Wake Up and Makeup. I hope everybody's recovering from their food coma from yesterday. And so we are ready to put on some makeup and shop some Black Friday deals, guys. You are not going to want to miss these Black Friday deals. It's amazing. So we always go over, I'm going to see who's on right now. Hello. We always go over the basics. So we go over the beginning. We go over what you get in your kit. We go over all of that. And so we make sure that if you are looking at getting, good morning, Brenda, good morning, Candy. If you're interested in getting a system, you know what to do, what it's going, what comes with it, how to pick it out, all of that. Hello, Carol. How are you? Good morning, Patty from Florida. Is it as hot in Florida as it is here? I'm sweating. Doesn't help that I'm on my second cup of coffee, though. That does not help. Gotta have that coffee in the morning, though, huh? All right, so we are going to get started. Again, we always go over the basics, the beginnings, the how-to, what you do to get started. Hello, Veronica. Because we want to make sure that everyone knows what you get in your kit, what to do with it, how to airbrush, and we go over the like the start. Because we know that a lot of people watch the infomercial, see it being done, love it, and then they get it home and they're like, can I do this? And the answer is yes. Without a doubt, you can do this. I promise. There is a little bit of a learning curve, but that's why we do these, and that's why we talk about it. Good morning, Emily. Good to see you. So hey, Chrissy, good to see you. All right, so hey, Ruth, good to see you as well. We got a lot of people on today. Good morning, Jawanda. How are you? All right, so let's go to one of our starter kits. This is the Icon starter kit. And this is the Icon, and it comes with makeup. It comes with the 2 bottles of foundation. It also comes with love, and it comes with blush. And so we make sure that you have everything to get started, to do what you need to do. And we give you the 2 big bottles of foundation so you can color match, so you can practice is the main thing. When you first get the system, all I want you to do is practice with the foundation. Once you get the movement down and the application down, it doesn't matter what you have in your stylus, you're airbrushing. And so it makes it easy. So when you just get it, we're going to practice with water, we're going to practice with air, then you can use your system, then you can do the system, and or you can use the foundations, and you'll be set. So when you do get it, boom. We want you to first get it out of the box. It comes already put together. The only thing you have to do is really plug it in, but your hose is attached to your stylus, that's attached to your compressor. So when you plug in the power cord, you're going to turn it on, and there's air. And so moving this around, just feeling that air is exactly what we want. It's like taking a makeup brush and buffing it on. You're going to use the air as your bristles. So you're just going to feel that. Keeping it 4 finger widths away, keep moving, and then you're going to put water in here and slightly pull back on that trigger. There is that sweet spot of pulling back on that trigger, and you'll be able to find that when you're practicing with water or just practicing a little bit with the makeup. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Make sure I say hello to everybody. Yeah, did everyone have a good Thanksgiving? Is everybody full? Who likes leftovers more than the actual Thanksgiving? Leftovers are pretty amazing. All right, now hello from Tennessee, Melanie. I knew that was gonna happen. All right, let me focus back up here. Now, because It is hot in Texas. I am actually going to start with our translucent powder, and I'm going to powder, just powder my face a little bit because I know I'm going to get hot today. And I'm just putting a little bit of translucent powder on. There we go. We're not doing another drawing today. That was for, I feel like I had some on this though. That was strictly for Beauty Bash, which ended on Wednesday. And now we have our amazing Black Friday sales. So you'll definitely want to go to Luminous and check them out. The sales are unbelievable. But who knows? We might have some more drawings. I don't know. I don't know. How's the weather in Utah, Brenda? It's probably better than it is here. It's like rain. It was like rainy this morning. All right, I'm going to start with my CC concealer. I already have a little bit on, but because my lids are darker and I have under eye bags, under eye circles, and so I'm doing a little bit of the CC concealer in light beige. I'm almost out. And I'm going to focus that strictly on like this area here where I want my coverage. I don't have to put it everywhere. All right. Oh, sunny and clear skies. How many people are doing their Christmas shopping today? Virginia, hello, Jennifer. How's the weather in Virginia? Brenda said she smoked her first turkey and it was edible. That's good. I told my parents that next year, because I'm just gonna, my mom loves to entertain, but she gets so stressed. And I'm like, let's have Thanksgiving in my house. I'll cook. And my dad's like, the turkey needs to be edible. Whoa, that was rude. So I told him I wasn't gonna talk to him for 10 minutes. But my dad's a jokester like that. All right, so now you can probably already tell how this is helping. You're probably like, yeah, Heather, you needed that. But what that does is I'm focusing only on those problem areas. But I want you to notice this. With traditional makeup, if I did that, like when you put traditional concealer on, normally you see that demarcation line. You can see that difference. Whereas your stylist blends everything for you. So if I literally was not doing anything today, I could, hey, I'm done. Throw some lipstick on, maybe some mascara if I was going to see people. But like, I could be done. But I'm not. So we're going to keep going. But that is the other, or one great thing about Luminous is that your stylist blends everything for you. You're not going to have those demarcation lines. And so it's almost like magic where you're putting it on and you're spraying so light that you're questioning whether or not it's coming out. And you're like, am I doing this right? And then all of a sudden you're like, woo, I'm amazing. So that's how it should be. If it feels wet or sticky at any time, then you're not doing it the right way. We need to tweak something you're doing. All right. Everybody has sunny skies. I don't. Veronica's full. Yes. Chrissy, yes. Chrissy asked on Facebook, should I do my neck for blending? Yes, and you're going to see me do that because that was just concealer. So I'm just focusing it on, I'm getting my pre-coverage in. I don't need to cover it 100% because I'm still going to get coverage with my foundation, okay? Now, the other thing I want to show you is our blush. Our blush, we know, is really high pigmented. So what that means is it blooms. It blooms. Hey, Melody, how are you? Good to see you. It has been a while. And I'm trying to find this one that I want. I keep forgetting if it's the colors I have here or if it's the colors I have at the office. Let me see. Nope. Nope. Is it this one? Nope. Is it this one? Nope. All right, then we'll just do this. Or maybe we'll change it up a little bit. I don't know. Let's do it this way. Let's do, well, I'm like, ooh, I don't know. All right, we'll do it this way. Oh yeah, you can just use the CC concealer. That is for sure. All right, so our blush is super high pigmented. So I'm actually going to put blush on first. Our blush blooms after it's on for a second. And so I'm going to use the Plum blush, which is our deeper blush. And I'm going to put 2 drops. And then to change it up a little bit, I'm going, can you tell us about primer for the eyes? So the primer, are you talking about the M1 primer, the like porcelain? I'm actually putting the gold illuminizer in here, and I'm just going to do 1 drop. So Linda, there's a couple of options for primer. For primer, we don't have one that's specifically for eyes. Oh, wait. Yo, I'm like, huh? We do. Let me back up. So when you go, we have porcelain, which is a primer, and we also have Velvet Veil. Now, those you can use, that's going to help with plumping up, like the porcelain will help plump up wrinkles and crinkles where they won't be as noticeable. It kind of perfects the skin. Velvet Veil does the same thing. It's something you put on with your hands before, doesn't go through the airbrush, and you just put a little, that's going to blur fine lines, wrinkles, and crinkles. Then for eye primer, you can, I sometimes, like I just actually used the CC concealer where I just put that on there. Airbrushing the concealer on my lid will act as a primer. It will help the eye makeup stay on longer. But I'll use some of the, well, our Click and Plays also have a primer. And so you can use that eye primer for anything as well, any of the palettes or anything. And that's a silicone base, and you just kind of tap that on, and that helps the makeup stay on longer as well. But I just use the CC concealer as my primer. You can use our traditional concealers as a primer as well. Does that help? I hope I didn't just confuse you more. Let's see. Hello, Patricia. Oh, yay. Well, we're so glad you're here. Hello, Angelica. From my left, and it looks blue. Oh, okay. So is it on your lid, Linda? Linda on Facebook said that she had a vein that busted and it's over my left. It looks blue. Let me back up again. And so in that case, you're needing something to also cover it. So in that case, if it's on your lid, I would use the concealer or the CC concealer, and that will start that coverage for you. And it will, that's why I do the CC concealer or the traditional concealers on my lids, because my lids are darker and underneath is darker. So that's why I use it, and it will help with that as well. All right. Okay, so I have this wireless mouse right here, and I was clicking it to turn on my system. Yeah. Okay, so now I have the Plum blush and the gold illuminizer, and I'm doing what's called back bubbling. My system's on, boop, and now I'm just bubbling it up a little bit to mix those together. So now I'll go in and add my blush. And we're going to see how gorgeous this plum with the gold illuminizer will be. Now, when doing the blush, I think there's a little bit of hot spot there. I'm going to just tap that out a little bit. When doing the blush, I actually, well, with anything, I start my movement first and then start pulling lightly on the trigger, because that way you avoid hot spots. If I sit here and wait start pulling back on the trigger and wait for the makeup to come out and then start moving, then you're going to get more hot spots. But if I can move and then pull back on the trigger, I can avoid that. And I don't know why, I do a little blush everywhere, but I'm doing my blush a little stronger because I'm going to show you the joys. Now I'm digging that gold in there. Can y'all see the gold in there? Looks pretty cool. Now, right now, you might be saying, Heather, that's a lot of blush. What are you going to do with that? And I'm going to show you what we're going to do with that. Now I'm going to take my Rose foundation, shaking it up, putting my drops in, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now, probably won't even need that much. So now I'm going to make one complete pass. Keeping it 4 finger widths away, keeping it moving. You're not hurrying. It's not a race. Lightly pulling back. Okay, now I'm blending it down my neck. We don't want that demarcation line there either. It's going to blend for you. Okay, that's one pass, right? So now I can make another pass, or I can start where I need more work. And so I'm going to start on my cheek so I can blend that blush a little bit more. You also want to try not to make facial expressions when you're doing this because it should dry instantly. Now look at that. Look how blended. Woo! It's not as powerful, right? It's nice and blended. It's softer. No, you do not have to clean. That's a great question, Patricia. You do not have to clean in between, but what you'll do is you'll blow it out. So let me finish a little bit of this to make sure. Okay, so if I think I still have foundation there, I can take my tissue, pull all the way back. This is the one time you will pull all the way back on the stylus and just make sure it's empty before adding some new product in there. What that does is will empty out the stylus, and then you'll be good to go for whatever product you need or whatever stuff you're going to do next. I don't clean it, like put it under the water or do tip top until the very, very end. All right. And that's a great question. Some people do. I just don't find the need for it. And even going now, if I did my the root and brow and used the black, yeah, I would clean it in between that. But for the most part, I don't. All right, I'm going to do some airbrush eyeshadow because we haven't done that in a long time. But first, so in the stylus, what you'll do, okay, let me show you real quick. So if I blow it out, like you can hear it. It's only air that's coming out. Beep. So if whatever okay, let's go to Love because I'm going to do a little bit of Love. You'll see some of the color around the bowl, but if you're making these drops right, in the center, it's not going to affect it. So I went from foundation to Love, which is lighter. Then I'll take that same tissue, blow it on a tissue to make sure that's the color I'm getting, and then you're set. If you blow it, sometimes I just use my hand, but I'm good. Okay, I'm gonna do look how pretty that is. Love is that hydrating illuminator that comes in your starter kit. It's going to give you a little bit of luminosity. It's not a shine like the gold luminizer. It's just going to grab the light a little bit, giving you that young, youthful glow. Okay, so there is that. Now I'm going to do a little bit of airbrush blush. And with the airbrush eyeshadow. With the airbrush eyeshadow, you can kind of make, it doesn't, I always tell you guys with airbrush, it doesn't have to be all or nothing. So you can do traditional makeup along with airbrushing. And the same thing goes with the eyes. I can use airbrush with traditional eyeshadow. So the click and plays, the eye palettes, all of those, you can kind of intermix all together. So this is the brown. Now when doing eyes, of course, I'm going to come in closer. This is Root and Brow. It's not eyeshadow, but we're going to use it. Why not, right? So I'm going to come in. I already have Love on. And then light, look at that. Oh, blending. Now I'm going to move to this side. This isn't where I want it, but I'm going to give that a break for a second. I'm trying to do it where you can see. Ooh. And I'm moving my stylus exactly how I would if I was moving a makeup brush. If I was blending it with an, blender. That back and forth movement. And you guys always hear, I always say, oh, you can't make mistakes, you can't make mistakes. So even if I were to make a mistake, well, that one just fell. Make a mistake with the eyes, you have a short window of time where if I needed to go in and blend, you can do that as well, okay? So it's not like you have to get it perfect. You can always go in and fix it. And it is just makeup. You see? You can go in and do whatever you need to blend, blend, blend. And then you can't even do eyeliner, but that it's going to be a little tricky because you are blowing it right at the lash line. So you're really feeling, I'm feeling exactly where the air's blowing, moving it in a little closer. I can really tell. And then you can pull back super light with that trigger. So my eyes might water because you will have a little bit of the air blowing in there. All right. But it is possible. But you don't have to. I mean, you could do, a powder underneath or a regular eyeliner underneath. And I can do a regular eyeliner on top. So you can kind of switch it around. All right, now let's go in. I'm going to do a little bit of some contouring. I'm going to get my Cut 1 palette out using all of the colors. I'm just going to warm it up a little. Hello, Peggy. Blending, blending, blending. And if you're like, oh, Heather, I don't know about contouring, guys, just contour with a shade or two darker than your foundation. The reason I like the Cut 1 or Cut 2 palette is that it does have 3 shades. Hold on, let me show you. You have 3 lighteners, the highlighters, and then as you can tell, I use them. And so you have some options there, but you can just contour with a couple of shades, 1 or 2 shades darker than your shade, than your foundation. All right, let's do some mascara. My curl. Cool. All right. Did everybody sleep well tonight or last night in their food coma? Put a little bit of mascara on. Underneath the eyes. Ooh. And then now, what am I going to do for lips? What will I do for lips? Let's do, you know, I always go to the same ones, right? This is merengue. Does the company sell brighter colors? Chrissy, brighter colors in what, babe? We have brighter colors in everything. I think there's a hair on this one. In eyes, lips, foundation, what are we talking? But the answer is yes. But I possibly could show you. So here's some bright colors in lips. Oh, I should have put this one on. I love that one. Let's put that one on. Although I do like that. Merengue. We have brighter colors in blush. We have, this is flamingo. We have brighter colors in eyeshadows. In our, you can check out this strength palette and the click and plays. There's some bright colors in those. We have luminizers, which are bright. I could go on. There, we have lips that are bright. Oh, sure. I'm just gonna powder a little. Because again, I feel like I'm burning up right now. So, all right. I know, isn't it? I love that. Y'all need to check out Flamingo. All right, guys. There you go. That is it for today for our wake up and makeup. Thank you, Peggy. Guys, hey, check out our Black Friday deals. They are amazing. So here, I'll put it right here. I'm going to put Luminous Cosmetics and check them out. We have some amazing deals. So you'll definitely want to rush over there and check out all the deals. Thank you, Angelica. Thank you, guys. Y'all are so sweet. But yes, check them out. And, you know, who's starting your Christmas list? You can buy a couple for somebody and then buy some for you and you'll be set. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining me on this Black Friday. I hope you have an amazing weekend. Thank you, Melody. Have an amazing weekend. Be safe out there, and we'll see you on Monday. Have a good one. Bye for now.